Hey everybody, sPidA here once again, being joined by Jesse,
I'm
voice of the Cage Green. My man, how are you doing, brother?
I'm blessed. I'm highly favored. I'm in the beautiful country of Atlanta
Look at
right
that,
now.
man.
The show doesn't stop. The show has to happen no matter where we are, no matter what we're doing. I want to make sure we get a show in. So tonight, I'm coming to you from Atlanta. It's cold. It's beautiful outside,
Nice.
but we're here. It's great to have you here. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, brother.
Merry
Merry
Christmas.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Yes, bro. And I thought that was a green screen the whole time, man. You're actually out there in the woods, bro. What's going
Now
on,
I'm
man?
in the woods. I'm tucking it in the woods, 55 degrees, just to get the scenic view for the people in the audience.
Man. It's too bad it's not snowing. I mean, it wouldn't be good for you, but it would have been a nice little backdrop, you know?
I was prepared for snow. I'm not gonna lie. I'm prepared for snow.
Damn.
But
No, for
the way it
sure, bro.
looks, it feels like a cold day in Texas. So,
Yeah.
but we're here, baby. We're here.
No, for sure, man. And of course, man, Off Script Sports Podcast, brother. That's what we are, who we are. And we're going to be shopping it down, man. We're going to be talking about one of the past events that happened. Of course, this was the Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. And tell us, I mean, where do you want to kick this off, bro?
Well, you got to start out with the champion. First off, foremost, I want to look to this fight. We look at Mike Rickman.
Yeah.
You know his rise in mixed martial arts or in PKFC is just not limited to that fight. You know,
No,
and
not
I
at all.
really, when you look at what he's done, and you look at his career as just being the Marine, he's a great guy. You can't move past him. He's one of those people who lead by example. When you look at his family, when you look at what he represents for the country, what he does for the people,
Yeah,
it's so great. But needing only 44 seconds,
bro.
44 seconds.
Man, I'm telling you, man.
Knock
That's
out somebody named Deadpool. His nickname is
man.
Deadpool.
Yeah,
To regain a title that he arguably should never have lost.
yeah.
If it wasn't for the last minute in his last fight with Lorenzo, he would still be the champion. He'd still be representing championship things. But the early knockdowns, I think he had 2 knockdowns early
Yeah.
to reclaim his championship. That highly anticipated bout, but he said in the bout he felt good to be back. He told the Jam Pack, the Hard Rock Casino, he takes pride that he's coming in and putting himself in danger every time to fight
Yeah.
against big boys. He's a small guy. He's like me
Oh
or
yeah.
you,
Yeah.
getting up to those fights. What are your thoughts?
Man, well, for one thing, I mean, we were pulling for the guy, man. We called it. We were like, man, you know what? I mean, he wasn't so much an underdog. I mean, he had lost his title the way he did, but the fact that for me, I felt like he came in with that no had nothing to lose mentality, man,
Yeah,
and he just wanted to fight. He just wanted to get his title back. The fact that he did in such fashion, man, I was mind blowing because I mean, the guy can fight, man. So he definitely showed up and showed out, and took that strap back, and now he's at home. I'm pretty sure the belt's on his one of those was it the locations that he manages? What were you saying
oh
the
yeah,
other time?
yeah. The guy manages a strip club,
Yeah,
I'm sorry, a gentleman's club in Minneapolis.
yeah,
And he's like the guy. You go into the club, red carpet service, all the way through.
nice.
A beautiful sight, but to have such a normal job because he's a general manager.
Yeah,
It's not like he's just a bouncer. He runs the show for a
yeah.
club, a bar. It doesn't matter what he does, what kind of club it is, but he's managing it. And
No,
to
yeah,
just be able to do that and then go fight, that's commitment. And he represented our country, which is also a huge plus. So
no,
shout
yeah.
out to the Marine. We hope you defend your title well. 44 seconds. What's next?
Mike Rishman, man. Congratulations, brother. And of course, man, I mean, talk about champions. I mean, we had talked about the co-main event as well with Fedea, of course, fighting Vicens. This one, I mean, it surprised me, and it did for the fact that it went out 4 rounds, bro.
Wow.
You
Yeah.
know, um, Fedea's no joke, and her opponent, like, I mean, she was taking those hits and bringing some back. I mean, I never once felt like Fedea was in trouble. So I mean, the fact that it went 4 rounds, I just kind of I think if Fedea would have lost, I think it would have been her will that would have lost her fight. I mean, but she
Yeah.
never gave up. She kept fighting. She's the champion. Proved that on that bout. But Man, it was a good one though, back and forth,
When I looked at her and went with that, when I saw that fight, she looks like a dog.
bro.
She reminds me of somebody that I don't want to see in a dark alley.
Oh yeah, bro. No, yeah,
Maybe it's the gold chains.
tough.
Maybe it's the championship black and gold. Maybe it's the neck tattoos. I don't know. But to put on the performance that she put on,
Yeah.
she fought like
Oh,
a
yeah.
man. She fought like somebody who can be a champion forever.
Yeah, at least so she decides she don't want to do it no more. I mean, for me, I honestly feel it's going to be up to her, man. Like the day she's no longer the BKFC champion, it's the day that she's like, okay, I'm going to retire. But
Yeah.
then more power to her, man.
More power to her. Let's get on. Let's get on it. Let's get on it. We're gonna jump right into our next topic. Our next topic today, we wanted to talk about the MMA awards.
Yes.
When we look at this ranking, and we talked about it during our pre-production, we are talking about how the number one favorite that we have to agree on, fighter of the year, the man,
Yes.
the myth, the legend. He walks a path that no man has walked. He does things that people just don't do. Alex Pereira, man,
Shama.
fighter of the year. Call him the trauma, right?
Yeah. Oh yes.
Trauma. It doesn't matter what he is. It doesn't matter the person. It doesn't matter the weight class.
No.
But the campaign he put on in 2024 is something that rivals very few.
Yeah.
To start the year, who did he start the year out with?
Damn, I'd have to look that one back. But I know it wasn't the rematch. I don't think.
300, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
he started 300. He broke his toe, and then he ran out. And then UFC had nobody else.
Yeah.
Right. He started out 300, headline 300, broke his toe, and the UFC was searching for somebody, and they thought that man to take him over was going to be Jerry. That was 77 days later.
Bro. Yeah.
Ironically, he didn't draw. He didn't bow the fight. He didn't say, "Oh, my toe's broken. I can't fight."
Nah.
He defended the belt. Right? He defended the belt in the elevation in Salt Lake City in October for the second time.
Yeah.
He went on to fight Roundtree. 3 rounds and knockouts at the highest unit level is extremely difficult on its own. But fighter of the year is who Alex Pereira is. El Kama, the champion, the one, the only, the feared,
The man.
unshakable. He's a bona fide star. He's 36 years old. We're representing greatness. We're at the end of his career, and we get to see it. I just hope that it doesn't end. I hope it doesn't end in dramatic fashion. Does that make sense?
No, yeah. I mean, if anything, I mean, it'll be like we were saying earlier about sPidA, man. It's going to be whenever he decides to retire that he's going to be, I don't think he'll be like John Jones fighting for like 20 years, but holding straps. But
speaking of that, I saw that John Jones said he wants to have 2 fights in the next 5 years.
Yes, bro.
I was like, come on.
Yeah.
He's like, I want 2 fights.
I was in a group. I was in an MMA. Well, I am in one of the MMA group, and they brought up the fact that how he didn't want to fight like certain people, right? Let's say, and it was like, okay, well, if you're the champion, I mean, whoever's next, it just makes sense, man. But he felt, his opponent wouldn't have been high quality, and I mean, nobody. I mean, who is, who are you going to pull? That's going to be, he was I think he called out Alex Pereira for one thing, man.
Yeah,
he wanted to fight like other champions, and because of that, I said, okay, you know what? Maybe he should do that, like the last years of his career. Okay. But they should pull him towards like super fights, man. Not title.
I think, and that's what he said. He did say that. He said he wants to fight for the money.
Oh yeah.
He doesn't want to fight for the young dog. Yeah. But we always have to remember that he was that young dog.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He was 20 years old when he got his first title shot.
Yeah.
But when you look at the man standing on the porch, the champion, the interim champion, I hate to call him an interim champion, but Tom Aspinall, he deserves something.
Yeah.
It's not his fault the heavyweight division is so weak. It's not his fault. They're two people. It's him and Bones.
Yeah, bro.
And it's only him and Bones because Bones moved up in weight.
It can
Other than
happen.
that, after DC left, what did we have? We have nothing.
Nothing, bro.
We
I
had
mean,
nothing.
we've had
And
some good fighters, but nothing at that quality, I would say, man.
yeah. And they can win. So nobody from 210 to 265 can fight.
Yeah.
That's a call out to all the heavyweights.
Step
All
it
the
up.
heavyweights. If you know a heavyweight, I want to talk to him.
Yeah.
I just want to talk to a heavyweight and know what's the division lacking. Because right now, it seems like it would be a surplus of guys. 225 to 250 that are beast. Your offensive lineman, everybody can't play football.
Yeah.
But I know you know how to pack a punch.
Oh,
I know
definitely.
you. I know you can get it done. It seems like the division should be so full of talent, and it's one that we just need to put a little bit more love into. Everybody likes the light guys, 120 because they just keep going. They're like little roosters. They just pop, pop, pop. They're giving it to you all types of ways, But I like that. But whenever we get back into this fighter of the year, and we're talking about champions, women's fighter of the year nomination is Kayla Harrison. How do you feel? How do you feel about that?
For me, I mean, nothing else is popping out loud enough for me to say no or otherwise.
The meeting. Oh shit.
Nothing else, But for me, it's I mean, she's about the only one that's making noise or has been making noise, And no disrespect to a lot of the female fighters, there's a lot of them out there, man. I just don't see another name pop up that kind of stands out to me. A lot of the former champions have been coming back when it comes to the women's divisions, and a lot of them, coming back losing. So
yeah,
it's hard to say. It's hard to argue, but yeah, man, I would go with Kayla, man. I mean, no doubt.
I like Kayla's rise. Again, I think this is one of those things like the heavyweight division, to that we don't put enough spotlight on women athletes.
Yeah,
like we take them in their rise, but we don't give them a platform to develop.
Right.
Like Kayla's been in the game so long, she's already at the end of her career.
Yeah,
she's only got 5 or 6 years left in her, right? But she's been fighting for what, 25, 30 years?
Oh yeah, man. I mean, she's been an athlete her whole life. I mean, throughout the being an Olympian and judo champion, and so she's been in it. But yeah, I mean, when it comes to MMA, she started later on in life, but I mean, she was in her prime, I would say, man. I mean, she's been doing great.
Wow. So the question of the day, the question of the minute, actually, is going to be: will the Lioness come out of retirement to knock on her door to let her know who the baddest woman in the planet is?
I say no. I don't think she would come back from retirement, bro. I mean, honestly, because they both trained in the same gym, so they were helping each other, for these fights, man. And it's one of those that it happens in MMA where one fighter has to leave because it's just awkward, right? You're both training for a championship title, but I don't think she would. I mean, the fact that she won the way she did, and this is her, I mean, retiring, her having a family, having a gym, from what I had read at one point that she opened. Like, I mean, she's doing great, man. She's already won at life, bro. I'll put it like that. Like, she's won at life. She's got nothing to prove now. If she needed money, or say if she's like, hey, I want to invest in something else, then yeah, I would come back and get a super fight, or get a fight with somebody. But I don't see it, man.
I honestly think it's one of those things that's going to be knocking at the door.
Yeah.
She knows she's there.
Oh yeah.
She knows she only has to fight one time. She knows that she could not cement her legacy because it's already cemented. It's done. The statue is going to be built. Wherever she wants the statue, it's going to be built. Greatest woman athlete of all time. Greatest woman combat fighter of all time.
Amanda Nunes, yes, bro. I agree.
She's 100%. There. But it's important to note that Kayla Harrison is knocking at that door. And so are so many other women athletes that got going on. And when we look at it,
Oh
it's
yeah.
just really important to say that that's there. So when we look at the next one, when you look at the non-fighter of the year, the non-UFC fighter of the year is not that guy Cooper.
Dakota. I cannot pronounce her last name, bro. Give it a spin.
Dakota Decheva.
This chella. I
Dakota.
saw her fight. She fought in PFL here in San Antonio, man. And let me
Uh-huh.
say, she was freaking brutal, dude. Like watching her fight live, I was like, damn, man. Like she's,
Really?
dude, like brutal. Like she was on it, dude. Like, I mean, her opponent, like she didn't even give her opponent a chance, bro. Like it was just, she's that good, you know?
Wow.
I mean, so watching her fight live, and I mean, of course, watching her fights, on the PFO ring,
Uh-huh.
I agree. She's definitely wrecking shop. Will she ever fight in the UFC? Fight for UFC gold? I mean, once her contract is up, I would assume maybe, but
Huh?
right now she's making money, bro. She's getting
She
paid.
is. I think she made that $1 million, right?
Yeah.
I
Oh
think she
yeah.
made $1 million in her last victory. She's
So
14-0. She's the real deal.
dude,
But
yeah, man. Because like I said, dude, I mean, watching her fight live, I was like, pinpoint accuracy, man, no holding back. I mean, she didn't second guess her punches. Where she threw it, she landed, bro. Like I
yeah,
was just like, wow, dude, like
yeah.
it was pretty brutal, man.
I love it. I love it. And I look at her game, and what stands out to me is her kickboxing.
Yes.
I think her kickboxing is it's so elite that you don't know what to do. You don't know whether to
Oh yeah.
block the head, guard the body. She can come at you wherever she wants to come.
Yeah.
That, my friend, is tactic. That, my friend, is something that goes a long way. That's something that is going to take us to the next level.
Yeah.
But to end the fighter of the year, I'm sorry, not fighter of the year, but fight of the year, Justin Gaethje versus Max Holloway,
Bro.
UFC 300. Talk
Yeah.
about it.
Man, well, for one thing, I didn't. Well, I don't want to say I didn't see it coming, but Gaethje probably, obviously didn't because he got clipped. But
Yeah,
it was knockout of the year, man. I think what made it for me stand out was the fact that it was mutual. They both agreed to toe the line, as they say in the other
yeah.
promotion, and just go at it, man. And that's what made it iconic. That's what stands out, and that's why, yeah, I believe it is knockout of the year, man, because it was just like, okay, you know what, hey, let's go at it, man, and boom.
They got fight of the year.
Fight of the year. I'm sorry. Yes,
Fight of
yes,
the
yes,
year.
yes.
Yeah, fight of the year. I think that it was just let's make a moment.
Yeah.
Let's create a highlight. And whenever you see him and he points to the floor and Max tells him, come right here.
Let's go.
And Justin said, let's go. I think that in exchange was the moment that made MMA, that made that fight of the year.
Oh yeah.
I mean, but the fight was okay. Right? It was a great fight. And I honestly think Gaethje may have been ahead on some of the judges' scorecards.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and they're both tough opponents, dude. I mean, Gaethje, bro. I mean, like I've said it many times, man. I mean, he trains freaking hard, dude. I mean, he comes from a strong gym. Has tough training partners, but he's that guy that kind of like Diego Sanchez or some of the fighters from past that once they start going, man, they leave all the technique out and they just freaking go, dude.
Yeah,
And he's an animal, bro. Like,
I think that's something that can't be coached.
no, you can't. It's like
That's
you
the
just let him
dog.
go, man.
I think that's the dog that people look for or fighters have early on in their career.
Yeah.
I think that dog is one of the ones that's like, I don't care.
Yeah.
This is what I'm here for. This is what I want to do. There's 20 seconds left. Let's buck up.
Dude, yeah. You see, because I followed Gaethje through the regional, man, and I've seen him where I don't want to say a lot of his fights he was losing, but his opponents, you can tell when they gave up, they lost was when they realized Gaethje was just going at it, bro. Like Gaethje was just like, I ain't gonna stop, dude. And when that happened, I was like, man, like he took their soul, man. Got the win. I mean, he's a freaking monster, bro. But yeah, I mean, they decided to go toe to toe. He got clipped. I mean,
Well, what do you
it was
do?
what it was.
I mean, we both seen it.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's part of the fight that we like the most. Last 10 seconds.
Yeah.
When the last 10 seconds, the bell rings, it's like, oh man, it's time to go.
Yeah, and I
Gunshot,
think
boom, boom, let's get it.
let me say this, man, because a lot of times it's fighters, and I've heard people say it before, especially being covering fights, man. They're always, hey, in 10 seconds, man, let's win the fight. And
Yeah,
they feel like if they go out even more, it'll win the attention of the fans, the judges, and they'll see it like, oh man, well, he won. He went at it
yeah.
last 10 rounds. I mean, is it always the best thing to do? I mean, who knows, but if you're not winning the fight, or if it's a mediocre fight where nobody's doing anything, then yeah, the last 10 seconds are gonna count, bro.
Yeah, that is true. But I mean, when you're ahead and you decide to go into it, I think that's something special.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
shows
yeah,
you
definitely, man.
that shows you really, really, really want to be into it, bro. So we're gonna get into our last subject of the night. We really wanted to take a spotlight to focus on the upcoming PFL event,
Yeah.
the PGL event, the Professional Grappling League by Tapper Scrap Promotions, House of Jiu-Jitsu in San Antonio. And we want to jump into this card. I mean, I'm not sure if I'll give you a second to pull it up, but this card is growing into something nice.
No. Yeah, I mean, dude, just the fact that they keep throwing out names, and a lot of these fighters, I mean, of course they are regional. They're fighting I've seen them fight here. I'm sure you've seen a few of them fight, and it's just the fact that they're grabbing them and putting them in this grappling tournament, dude. It's is mind blowing, because my question is this, man. Like, if after they grapple, they do their matches, I wonder if some of these competitors are gonna want to fight in MMA, bro.
I think a lot of these I agree. I honestly think that these matches, because some of these guys are supposed to fight
Yeah.
as amateurs. For whatever reason, the match never got made, but it's getting made now.
Oh yeah.
One that got made, I love this kid to death, but you got the one, the only Kid Lightning. Kid
Oh
Lightning out of
yeah.
Monsters Den. He just signed on. He's going to be coming in fighting. Who's you got? Henrique Trevino. That's going to be a great match.
Yeah.
I'm
You
really
see,
excited
and
to see these young guys grapple when they don't have to, when they can't punch, because I think this is science. And everyone going to the event, if you're looking for a table, they are limited. So we do encourage you to reach out to Peter Morales,
that's
361
great.
4917, or Jacob Landon via Facebook,
Yeah.
because this is an event that you don't want to miss. It's an event that is going to change the game, and it's an event for everybody. Kids, come out. It's the inaugural event, January 19th. We're seeking sponsors today, so if you're in your business, want to get unparalleled exposure for your brand while supporting the launch of the newest grappling league, come on.
Bro, and this is what some of these guys are gonna be competing for, man. Look at that. That is nice, bro.
Oh yeah, you can't beat that.
No.
You
So
can't beat that. And it's always going to be a Class A production. With Peter, Peter puts on a Class A production. So any if you've been to a Top of Scrap event, this is going to be an event just like that. The seating is going to sell out. Buy your tickets now. Tables, VIP tables,
yeah.
$300, 10 seats. I'm sorry, 6 seats, 10 VIP tables. Let's go.
And let me ask you, because on this one it is going to be streamed, correct?
I do believe it's going to be streamed on FightFlix TV. We'll
Okay.
lock that down, and by the next show, I'll have all that information locked down.
Not a
But
problem, man.
it definitely January something sweet.
Yeah.
This is an event that's going to be happening. I think he's looking to put on 4 or 5 of these a year, just
Nice.
because it's easier just to run them out. But we got heavyweights on this card. We got
Man,
Planet Austin. We got
and let me
Top Jiu-Jitsu.
let me say, because I know they have put the layout for how they were gonna set it up, man. And I mean, for those that haven't been to HOJ, I mean, it's a huge facility, man. So
Oh
of
yeah,
course there's gonna be enough room to go in there, and I mean, of course the tables, like you said, they're limited, but I mean, if you can make it out there, you can grab a table by all means. Christmas, it's a great Christmas gift, man. Go ahead and buy it for a couple of your friends.
oh yeah,
Get it going.
yeah. The tables are where it's at, because the situation with the table is that you got literally a front row seat.
Yeah.
Right, the
Oh yeah.
setup is beautiful. So yes, there are probably general admissions coming soon, but definitely buy those tickets. It's a show you don't want to miss. We're gonna try and bring on some of those We'll try and bring on some of those fighters to talk about the show, to talk about how they feel about it. Put right behind that, Top of Scrap 11, April 26th in Robstown.
Oh yeah. Well, this is
Already
the grappling
right
but
now.
yes. I want you to
That
put
right
up
now.
the layout, dude, just so people can see it, man. Because this is actually, when I saw it, I said, okay. Like I said, I've been there, so I mean, I already know the layout. So the fact that they're
Yeah.
gonna have it set up, I mean, dude, it's gonna be wild, man. I mean, you know, they stream it. I know they have a second floor facility, like training area, man. So I'm curious to see, you know, people are gonna be able to stand up there, or just everything's gonna be floor level. But I'm looking forward to it, man. Like I said, I mean, it's gonna be, you know, beginning of the year, start off 2025 with a bang. You know, these guys, like I said, dude, the fact that they compete in the regional circuit and we know who they are, it's gonna be wild, man. And they're gonna bring it. You know, it's exciting. It's gonna be
It's
explosive.
crazy. I'm just hoping nobody throws a punch.
I know. Yeah.
No, nobody throws a punch.
No. We'll keep.
You
You
know,
know, they'll
you
keep
gotta
it
be.
professional.
It's true gentleman sport right now, baby. It's a true gentleman sport. But like you said, the matches that will be built on this event.
Yeah.
Imagine dominating
Yeah.
your opponent, and then like, I want to fight you.
Oh yeah. Well, you see, that's what the first thing that popped in my head, man, when I started seeing these competitors, because they do compete in MMA as well, man. And not to say, hey, you know, let's promote it, you know. But I mean, yeah, if they decide, you know, maybe it goes to the decision. Maybe they're like, you know what, it's a decision. Let's end it in the cage, bro. Or, you know, and not to say I want them to fight, because I mean, all these guys are freaking, you know, stand up dudes, man. But I mean, it'll be interesting to see if it does, you know, lead to a future fight, especially with Tapper Scrap being under the same banner, you know.
Oh yeah, I think it's gonna be something great. Well, my man, I think we did our job. We did our job today.
Got it done.
We got it done. We're gonna be here every week. Rise or shine. Next week we might be here on Monday. That's the clock telling us that we got to go home. Get the hell out of here. Family, friends, it's been great. Mario, as always, fans, follow us on all socials.
Yes.
Follow us on all socials. You can look us up. Off Script Sports, Instagram, IG, Twitter. We on all the labels. We're here for you. We want to let you know how we feel, and we thank you for listening.
Yes. Everybody out there, of course, once again, sPidA here. Till next time, follow up.